estimations and overbook a little bit, but we cannot do it kasi nga average yung 70%, minsan 85% show up, minsan 60% lang, no? But kung may e-payment na kasi, manghihinayang sa bayad, no? The third reason is, to prevent the fixers. Kasi kung may e-payment ka na, may hawak ka na, edi sino palalapit sa'yo na tutulong pwede. Kasi hindi naman namin tatanggapin yung e-payment na hindi ka namin bibigyan ng appointment. Unfortunately, the negotiations with the bank that we're dealing with did not go through because they wanted to do it differently, no? Meaning, hindi nila open yung portal. Gusto namin kahit saan pwede kayo magbayad. So we're making progress now and we're hoping that soon we'll implement this. And if we implement this, we can open more slots already, no? Next slide. We're streamlining the passport application process. Confirmation of appointment schedule, duly accomplished passport application form, personal appearance, documents like the authenticated birth certificate and valid national ID system, no? We continually look at this. May iba nagsasabi, sir, bakit hindi yung lumang passport na lang, tapos okay na yon? Two reasons po. Number one, we need your biometrics. Nung nag-take over po yung APO during the time of President Aquino, yung dating supplier, hindi tinurn over, sinabi corrupted or nawala yung data. And this is an international standard. Meaning, pumasok kayo sa ibang bansa, yung chip sa inyong passport, wala yung data ng inyong biometrics, sila kumukuha din ng pictures, baka ma-hassle pa kayo sa inyong pagta-travel, ma-hold, and marami nang magkapangalan ngayon sa mundo kahit na iba yung middle name, no? So, this is very important. Secondly, we don't want fake passports, no? Next slide. Overbooking of appointments in different consular offices. The overbooking of appointments allows the department for more appointment slots and anticipates the no-show rate of 20 to 30%. As I said, it's a moving target. Meaning kung this week, 60% lang nagpakita, overbook kami ng mas marami. But next week, suddenly 80%. But with the e-payment, we can predict na talaga that 90 to 99% dadating talaga for the appointment. Next, increased capacity of DFA Asiana. When I took over, and before Yusek Montales took over, DFA was processing 1,900 passports in Asiana a day. Now po, we're processing 3,300 a day. Kaya kung nagtataka kayo sa Facebook, halimbawa, bakit may isa sasabihin, nakakuha ako kaagad, madaling makakuha. Biglang 10 kasunod-sunod na hindi kami makakuha. Because both of them are telling the truth. Because we're doing 1,400 more a day, so yun yung mga nagpapasalamat na thank you. Pero dun sa 600,000 na hindi pa makakuha ng appointment, siyempre, sila yung nagsasabing, bakit hindi kami makakuha? So, that's what we're trying to explain po, that we're dealing with it, but it will take time. Kanina po, may mga nagtanong sa akin about yung sindikato. We're not the NBI, nor are we the CIDG. But we're also not stupid. So, ibig sabihin, alam naman namin if there's fertile ground for sindikato. Ihiwalay po natin mangloloko, fixer, at saka sindikato. Ang sindikato ay may fixers at mangloloko. Pero pwedeng may mangloloko, pwedeng may fixer na walang sindikato. Let me explain. So when we came in, and Frank, if I'm not mistaken, kalakaran na to ever since, di ba? That the travel agencies have 1,200 slots every day. Then congressmen and senators can send letters para ma-express lane for certain reasons. Constituents nila namatayan abroad, they have to run. Graduation ng anak na nawala yung passport, they have to go there. And then pati empleyado ay meron pong allotment. Tinanggal po natin halos lahat ng yan. So we completely removed the allotment of travel agencies, no? We removed the allotments nung iba. Why? Because yung opportunity na magkasindikato. Para magkasindikato, kailangan magbenta ka. So let's say I said, uy, may 50 slots ako. kikita ako ng 2,000 per slot. So, 100,000 per day. Marami kayong maghahati-hati nun. No? So, yun po ang tinanggal namin. So, yung pong nagre-react sa sinabi naming imposible, hindi po namin sinasabing imposibleng may nangloloko, hindi po namin sinasabing imposibleng may fixer. Ang sinasabi po namin, imposible na ginagatasan ng OFW through the appointment system because they don't need an appointment. You just line up. Imposible then through the travel agencies because they don't have allotment. Sindikato po ang sinasabi ko. Now, fixers and manloloko. Anyone can post or can tell you, I'm sure sa inyo, kung may nag-undercovers kayo kanina sa Asiana, probably may lumapit sa inyo, sir, gusto niyo ng passport. Yun yung sinasabi ko, maaring totoo, maaring hindi. Paano magkakatotoo? Magkakatotoo kung may contact sila sa loob na wala naman appointment tapos nakakasingit. But it's not massive. Kasi nakabantay sarado and everything. So, paisa-isa yon, no? Ano yung ibig sabihin na hindi totoo? Yung hindi totoo, kukunin 5,000 mo, hindi ka naman mabibigyan ng appointment o hindi ka naman mabibigyan ng passport, no? So we continue to strive to remove any pangloloko o fixers, no? At sa travel agents, to be fair to them, trabaho nila to make it accessible sa travelers. So what we're going to offer to them is magkaroon sila ng travel fair, ipaparada namin yung mga truck sa labas ng travel fair para yung mga kanilang kliyente makakuha. Pero bakit importante sa amin na sa travel fair? Para kay bumili sa kanila o hindi, ay makakuha ng passport. Kasi unfair naman, di ba, na pag bibili ka, mas mabilis ang passport mo. Pag hindi ka bibili doon, hindi ka makakuha. Dapat patas sa bawat Pilipino, no? So, because of this, we have removed 50,000 bogus appointments last year. Yan po yung sinasabi niyong maaring sinindikato. Kung hindi natanggal yung 50,000 na yan po ang maaring naging sindikato. Kasi ang problema po sa allotment, you can change it. Sa online appointment po, you cannot change. So kung nag-register Alang Cayetano, tapos nag-register Peter Cayetano, and then suddenly papalitan ko ng Jose Cayetano, and then Carlos Cayetano, hindi pwede. Pero kung allotment, may allotment akong dalawa, I'll just put a name and then change it. So the opportunity na magkasindikato ang tinanggal po namin. So those who na-victimize po, na nakunang kayong pera pero may fixer, at nakuha nyo passport nyo, o kaya doon po sa kinuha pera nyo walang passport, isumbong nyo po sa amin. Hindi namin kayo susunugin, hindi namin kayo iharap ko saan man, but hahabulin po namin yung pong kumuha ng pera sa inyo dahil anti-graft po yun. Next page. Strict implementation of courtesy lane for those who are entitled by law. Sa ngayon po, first announcement, no? Solo parents, overseas Filipino workers, including first-time overseas workers, pregnant women. Dati, humingi pa kami ng birth certificate. Ngayon, obvious naman sa atin kung buntis o hindi, or may question, kakausapin na lang, no? Children below 7 years old, persons with disabilities, with one companion, senior citizens, express lane na kayo. But yung express lane ang hinihigpitan namin dahil dyan ang may opportunity na may fixer. Bakit? Lahat ng ibang lane kasi may appointment eh. So kung wala kang appointment, hindi ka pwede isingit. Pero kung halimbawa, alam ba natin ang itsura ng OFW? Eh lahat naman ay pwedeng maging OFW. So kung nakapila sa express lane, yung pala fixer ang nagpasok sa kanya, di ba? So sasabihin OFW, hindi naman pala OFW, nagbayad pala. So, yun po ang ating inaasikaso ngayon. Next. Making improvement on online appointment system. If you saw po yung website at saka sa mobile, malaki na rin po ang pinagbago. Ngayon, klaro na kung kailan yung earliest date. Alam ko po ang hinanakit ng ating kababayan, pag inopen nyo, para bang wala ng date. Because we open 3 months at a time because of the online payment system. Pero we will be now checking it weekly and make sure na meron slots na available. And when we open our call center, or Frank, maybe I can ask our supervisors, Ang problema kasi natin, abuse eh. No? Kasi pwede natin sabihin sa supervisors, pag may mabigat na dahilan, halimbawa, hindi niya balak i-renew, namatayan siya. O, paano niya i-renew ngayon lahat? Ang problema, if you open that and give full authority sa supervisors, paano kung dun pumasok ang fixers, no? But the reality is also, may mga taong may emergency na walang kilalang congressman, etc. So, we have a help desk nga ba? We accommodate that, no? So, dun po sa may problema at kailangan ng passport, go to our offices, talk to our people, they will accommodate. Question, why are we not announcing it that way? Pag pumila po 10,000, hindi kayo makakuha. Lahat po may rason na, na mabigat. So, inuna po natin yung klaro yung rason. PWD, senior citizen, OFW, yung single parents, at saka yung may anak. But yung pong katulad ng sinabi ko, namatayan, may graduation, kailangan umalis, we accommodate. Next. From 5 years, 10 years na po ang passport ngayon. And I guarantee you, by the time that you renew your 10-year passport, no, hindi na ganito ka-tedious yung proseso. Because we will be moving to more mobile and digital, or we will use technology to make it easier for you. And hindi na natin kailangan yung fingerprints or biometrics nyo. No? I'll just give you a copy of what's on the slides dahil some of it is just explanation. Appointment system, no? Tad-tad po sa Facebook and even kanina sa discussion ko sa iba sa inyo, we're talking about ano pong mas mabuti. Don't get us wrong, we're not saying okay ang appointment system. Ang sinasabi namin, it's the best system that we can implement now. We're only doing 9,000 a day, but we're going up to 15,500. Ang backlog natin is anywhere between 400,000 to 1 million. So if it's 400,000 and 40,000 people line up a day, the 30,000 ang uuwi. So in 2010, yung lines were all the way to Libertad. In 2010, when OCA moved to Asiana, the lines were very long, even if there was a quota system, even if sinabi na, sir, hanggang sa inyo na lang, sasabihin ng iba, sa palaran na lang, sir, baka mahintay namin, umaabot po ng gabi, hindi rin naasikaso. So in 2012, a queuing system was put in order. There were only 1,900 slots every day. So as I said, right now, ang objective natin from 12 weeks or 3 months, maging 6 weeks na lang, meaning from today, 6 weeks makakuha ka, then maging 4 weeks, then maging 2 weeks. No? Of course, kung pwedeng parang airlines, anytime ka mag-open, meron na. Bakit po? Hindi. No? And if you open your cellphone now po, sabi nila give it an hour or 2 dahil sabay-sabay nagbukas after announcement kanina, pero may inopen na po kami na dates for January, February, March. No? Next slide. Can we make sure, Ophel, make sure na lang that they have a copy of our presentation para yung hindi ko na nabanggit. Why having a passport appointment system is better than walk-in? Because we really cannot predict and sobra po talagang dami. Kung ang kumukuha lang ng passport is 60,000 at capacity namin 50, walk-in na lang po tayo. Pero kung ang capacity natin is less than 20,000 a day and ang kukuha sa isang taon is 3 million, mahirap sabihan yung 3 million na yon na ikaw Monday, ikaw Tuesday, ikaw Wednesday. No? Last slide. Thank you po. So we're now open for questions. We know some of the questions are tough, but please ask them para doon po sa mga nakikinig, nanonood, at nagbabasa po ng inyong dyaryo, nakikinig sa inyong radyo at nanonood sa TV, masagot namin ang tanong nila. Thank you.
Hi, sir. Jinky, IBC 13, sir. Sir, ipapaklarify ko lang for the record kasi marami kaming nababasa sa social media. Yung mga reklamo daw, yung ang hindi nga sila, sir, although nabanggit mo na kanina, para lang po ma-clarify sa publiko. Is this a fake news or totoo ito? Sir, yung mga hindi sila makapag-book up
Okay.
until March.
90% na nagkri-criticize, they mean well, tama, they're just following the president, they're asserting their right, Pilipino kami, bakit matagal makakuha ng passport? Hindi fake news yon. Yung sinasabi ko, may mga nagpo-post kasi na kaya kayo hindi makakuha dahil ginagatasan ng OFW kasi pinapa-appointment sila. Fake yon dahil walang appointment ang OFWs. Pwede silang luminya. Doon na nagsasabi na nagkonsyaba ang DFA at saka ang travel agencies. If they were referring before dahil may slot sila, I cannot just accuse the travel agencies or DFA. But I can say an opportunity was there.
Okay.
But when did we stop the allotments? August 1. So August, September, October, November, December, January na eh. 5 months na pong walang allotment ang agency. Araw-araw may agency na tumatawag sa amin na tulungan sila na bigyan din ng passport. Wala po kaming binibigay. So yun po ang sinasabi ko na fake yung news na may sindikato because of that. Hindi rin po fake na maaring may nagsasamantala. Maari po na may nagpo-post pero sinusundan namin eh. So halimbawa po may nag-post na 5,000 or 2,000 tulungan namin. Tinatawagan namin, pini-PM namin, ayaw naman makipagkita, no? And then meron din po talaga na trolls. So meron po naglalagay, nandun ako last Friday, sabi makukuha, tapos hindi ko nakuha. And since may appointment system tayo, naka-record lahat, tinignan namin yung pangalan niya. Wala naman siya doon. 'Di ba? So that's what we meant na naghahalo-halo na. But it's the citizens' right to demand better services. And this press con is just to communicate to them that we're doing the best we can. There is a solution, but we don't want to give excuses eh. No, but there are reasons. For example, the 9 regional consular offices, how can I open it last year? Wala sa budget for 2017.
Opo.
And when I was a senator at tinanong ko, do you need more money? Hindi. Ang sagot sa akin. 'Di ba? And if you ask naman them why didn't they need more money? Because the budget for 2017 was made in 2016 and the increase in passports in 2016 to 2017 was minimal. Nag-increase 2016 to 2017, 2018 budget na.
Opo.
So actually yung solusyon nandito na, pero yung pera this next few months pa namin makukuha to implement the solution.
Sir, one last lang.
Sure.
Since we identify the scammers, the fixers po, para sa public, what can we say from the Department of Foreign Affairs? Ano po yung maitutulong natin, magagawa natin
Well,
for the public?
Well, our way to reach the public is through the media and through the social media. So please help us communicate to them kung sino yung express lane. Kasi at least yon malinaw na kahit ano sabihin sa inyo, huwag kayo magbayad. Okay. Doon sa online, I have the same message, di ba? Huwag kayo magbayad. Wala dapat bayad yung pagkuha ng appointment. Pero why do I separate it from the express lane? Yung express lane kasi, they have a choice eh. Pumila ka lang, makukuha mo kahit anong araw. Yung pong kumukuha ng appointment, minsan kasi nagiging desperado. Meaning, kailangan mo na umalis eh. So, kung ang sweldo mo sa Saudi is $1,000 a month, ano yung magbayad kang 5,000 para makuha, may 1,000 ka naman sweldo. Ganun ang iniisip nung iba. So, what we're telling that person, we can give it to you na wala kang binabayad para yung 1,000 mong sweldo sa'yo na. So, approach our people. Just go to the offices and approach the people, no? But lastly, what I'm telling you po sa media, kayo ang aming partners, katuwang, every week, mag-agree na lang kayo sa press tour. Is it Mondays, Wednesdays, or Fridays? Kasi kung sasabihin nyo everyday, dapat may slot, it doesn't conform with economic forces eh. Supply and demand eh. Minsan, pag open mo, puno na kaagad. No? But what we will do is every week may assessment para ang tao hindi nawawalan ng pag-asa na makakuha kaagad ng passport.
Okay, thank you, sir.
And then lastly, sumbong nyo sa amin kung meron talaga nanghingi sa inyo ng pera. Diba? Kasi, I mean, simplihan nyo lang. Kunan nyo ng picture, etc. We don't necessarily need you to be a witness unless criminal case na eh. Halimbawa, just removing them from their post. I can remove anyone from encoders to being there by just knowing that fixers sila. I might not be able to put them in jail without the witness, but if I have credible information na involved sila sa anomalya, tatanggalin natin kagad. Pero kung suspetsya lang, mauubusan tayo ng tao, lalong babagal yung passport system process.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, I'm Jerome Aning from The Inquirer. May problem ba tayo sa backlog? And significant ba or negligible yung backlog?
Significant because of the increase.
May statistics
We've
ba tayo?
always had a problem with coping every day kasi nga not everyone can go at the same day, di ba? But yung what slide is that Dex, yung we can show the increase. Bigay namin sa inyo, but I'll just show you the slide again, no? I think it's slide number 3. Yan, no? So kung makikita mo from 2016 to 2017, 602,800 ang nadagdag sa demand alone, no? So you had the same number of people and you already had a backlog nun, nadagdagan pa ng additional 600,000 na backlog, no? Puwera pa sa additional ngayon. Part of that backlog is yung demand pataas. Part of it is because we're requiring everyone to get biometrics ulit dahil nawala.
Ang
No?
cause ba ng backlog yung rise, yung demand, or yung mga naka-cancel, or yung nagre-rebook, or whatever?
Kasi yung capacity natin, kumbaga sa dyaryo, you can print 1 million a day, hindi nagbago yon eh. But yung ilan ang bibili from 1 million to 1.522. But you're correct, yung dumadating affects us. Kasi dati, kung less ang backlog at 70-60% lang dumating, okay lang. Eh ngayon, 600,000 yung backlog, yung increase that we can call also a backlog, and then hindi ka dumadating sa appointment mo, apektado ka. Apektado lahat. If there's no other questions on passport or kung nag-iisip pa kayo ng questions sa passport, I'd just like to mention to you, alam nyo naman, hindi lang yan ang trabaho namin. Ang primary concern together with the passport is OFWs. And what we're busy with this January, February, March is making sure that all of our embassies abroad have a good record keeping of our OFWs, have the social media and technology to keep in touch with them, and alert us right away if they need help, if there's distress or there's abuse. So part of the time we've spent this January is planning a OFW command center. And we are doing that with Sec Bello of Dole. And we are meeting dati once a month lang. Kasama dyan OWA, minsan POEA, si Yusek Joel, si Yusek Sara. So on the OFW side po, you will feel the reform soon. And in fact, I will personally talk to our ambassadors in Europe and Middle East, no? Magkakaroon kami ng forum and question and answer. I'll just give you an example, no? Dati hindi magamit yung legal assistance fund or yung assistance to national kasi sa korte pwedeng gamitin. Eh ginagawa ng ibang abusive na employer, kinakasuhan yung OFW, sa police dinadala. And we couldn't use our funds doon sa abogado, sa police. Ngayon pwede na. So ang sistemang inaayos natin ngayon, how does the police inform us so that we can go there right away? Kasi ang nangyayari minsan, 2-3 days nang wala, hindi lang kasi nakausap ng kamag-anak, yung kamag-anak magsasabi, hahantingin pa namin. No? So, Facebook, we're requiring all posts to have social media. But not all social media platforms are allowed or are available in each country. No? So just to give you a glimpse lang, that aside from the passport po, we are linking this up with many other projects of the DFA. And let me close with this. No? What is the long-term solution sa abuso sa mga OFW? First, magkatrabaho dito sa Pilipinas. And trabaho din ng DFA na magkaroon ng pondo para sa build, na maganda ang relationship sa country na tumutulong sa atin. Second, capability building, human resource development. The more educated the Filipino, the better job they get. Kung makikita nyo yung statistic, the lower the education level, the more naaabuso ang Pilipino. Because of the countries na napupuntahan at saka yung working condition. Pero the better the education, the better the working place and country. No? So although may short-term solution tayo in helping OFWs, the DFA has to be partnered with TESDA, with DOLE, with the Department of Finance, with the Build group, with DOTR, with DPWH, to make sure na all of this is being done. So like right now, we are working out with many of our traditional allies and new friends, scholarship and apprenticeship program. Let me take this opportunity to announce to you, for example, no, that there's one country that will do a lot of projects here, China. All their companies are now being asked to assess the labor requirement needed, then communicated to us. And all of their companies are being asked to have a program. The Japanese did this with some of their companies. Some US companies who are in EPSAS did that since the 80s and 90s. No? So meron pong mga nagaganap at nagagawa na hindi namin in-announce pero ginagawa. And lastly, please join us on Monday in Las Piñas City. We will launch with one of the authors of the 10-year passport, Senator Cynthia Villar. We will launch the 4 trucks, the mobile passport system, and we will try to accommodate as much as we can. Gusto namin makita ng sarili nyong mata. Walang appointment yon. So if we can get this done and we can get more trucks, then aside from the appointment system, we will use you sa media with your permission. We'll just announce to you every Monday, this week, nandito yung mga truck. Di ba? And then, pila na lang ang mga tao. So, any other questions? Yes, please. Well, the problem nga kasi namin, it's allegations. No? I mean, Asek Mocha said kanina kay Yusek Joel, there will be people coming forward. So, kayong mga journalist, may tiwala sa inyo tao, can you ask those people nagsusumbong sa inyo to point? Meron kami sinasampulan ng mga may sa Facebook page, pero minsan, hindi rin nila pangalan. No? Joel, we're in touch with NBI, di ba? We're in touch with NBI about this. No? So, kung tatanungin mo ako, gusto ko talaga may masampulan. No? And I was tempted when I became SFA not to take out the allotments at sumampol muna. Ang problema sa isang sasampulan mo, sa 1-2 a day na slot, baka 1,000 ang magamit ng fixers. So I decided at that time, when Yusek Joel proposed it, tanggalin na lang natin yung allotments, tanggalin na lang natin yung opportunity na mangloko yung ibang tao. There was a case that 10 years ago yun, Frank? 3-4 years ago, from what province? Kaya lang, inaccuse siya ng isang tao, but na-absuelto din eh. Kasi it was someone pointing to the other one na siya yung gumawa. Walang direct evidence na siya ang gumawa. But we're open to it. We want it to happen. Dahil ang Pinoy, pag nasampulan, doon natatakot eh.
Third question.
We're opening it now because hindi nga na-push through yung sa e-payment. Pero pag may e-payment na, we might be able to open na till the end of the year. But ang maganda din kasi sa 3 months, may pressure sa amin to keep opening. If you go back since August, kahit puno na, binabalikan namin, then we reopen.
Sir,
But let me make it clear, Willard, kulang talaga. We have to do better. We have to provide more slots. We have to process more. We're not making any excuses for that. We're just explaining kung ano yung mga handicap namin in getting that done as of now. So, katulad nung 9 consular offices, 4-5 a day yon. If I can put it up tomorrow, bakit hindi? So, that's why everyone is here to listen and to hear from you. I'm asking Asset Frank na as soon as we can open those RCOs, we do it.
Sir, meron po bang formal investigation na ginawa ang DFA tungkol dun sa allegations about, actually, hindi naman OFW yata yung ginagatasan. Ang ginagatasan are ordinary folks, ordinary passport applicants. So, that would be so many. Now, if there's an investigation, sir, ano pong status ng investigation right now?
Anyone who complains, we investigate. Pero meron ba tayong pending na direct complaint? Walang nagko-complain sa amin eh. Ang problema kasi ipopost nila sa Facebook and some are true, some are not. But they won't give us any leads eh. So halimbawa, pag sinabi mo sa Asiana, may 5,000, wala man lang yung babaeng nakapula na nandun sa kanto or yung ganito ang pangalan or ganyan. But we will investigate. That's our job. Whether it's our people or it's fixers. So what we focused on muna is removing the opportunity for a massive or for syndicated pangloloko. But tama ka dun sa conversation natin kanina, it does not erase the fact na may nangloloko pa rin at may nakakalusot.
Kasi sir, you need not go too far because across the building, there's McDonald's there. And you will see transactions go there every day. A lot of people at convention there talking about passport, how to facilitate it. And what would you know? Baka dun pa nagbabayaran. Right across the DFA building.
Anyway, Frank, we heard that. So let's now have bigger ears and eyes of all the surroundings ng mga yon. But as I was saying, no, pwedeng nag-usap at kumukuha ng pera doon at pwedeng nakakakuha. Pero pwede rin hindi sila nakakakuha, niloloko lang nila sa pera. Because right now, the only opportunity for them to do it is the express lane. Because they cannot get allotments from the computer. Now, the express lane, yun ang hinihigpitan namin. Pero pag masyado naman mahigpit, yung ibang OFWs, yung ibang buntis, yung ibang hindi makakuha. But I hear you. You're just saying we can expand the net, take the extra mile, no? So, and do it. Yeah. Maybe that's what we can request yung NBI. Okay. Yusek Joel told me of a modus that theoretically is not illegal if they don't charge, no? So meron mabilis mag-computer, hinihintay magbukas yung slot. Pagbukas ng slot, nakapila yung kanyang ilalagay. Akala nung mga yon, kaya nakakakuha dahil etong merong computer ay may direct access sa computer namin. Ang hindi niya alam, kung buksan niya cellphone niya, siya din ang makakagawa. But ang point nga nila, if we can get them caught in the act, of course, if they're in the houses or nakatago or may mga opisina, mahirap. But if they're in restaurants surrounding and everything, but I personally will appeal again sa NBI to help us kung talagang nangyayari. Di ba, meron din tayong analytics, di ba? Apo gives us yung, we look at if there's sudden bump or anything. Yeah. We'll take a second look kasi what we do when we open, like when we, dun po sa hindi ko sinasabing mali kayo yung mga nagpo-post na October pa lang wala kayong makuha. But December po, may nag-post sa akin from Malacanang na wala ng slot. Ako po mismo nagbukas. At that time, February open pa. Finorward ko pa kay Yusek Joel yung screenshot ng mga araw na open. So the reality is po, mabilis maubos. So if I look today, wala. Bukas meron. The next day, wala. Diba? Ang impression mo, hindi ka makakuha. Or kung yung connection mo mahina, so open pero hindi ka nakakuha, by the time lumakas yung connection mo, wala na. 'Di ba? Hindi mo masisi yung Pilipino na iisipin niya, kung may sindikato ata dito. Una meron tapos wala, hindi ako makakuha. So we're trying to deal with all of that, no? And the key there is to increase capacity. If we have overcapacity, wala nang agawan sa appointment. We've posted now. then I nakikiusap ako sa press corps ng DFA or sa mga na DFA beat. Agree on a day, Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. I'll ask ASEC Frank to be available. Open nyo there. Tignan talaga natin kung puno, wala, o etc. No? So, ibig sabihin, if you can be our transparency or our conscience, di ba? So, kita natin. Oo. But like, if you open it now, I opened it now, no? May days na open. Oo. Dati kasi, kaya nagpapanik yung iba, let's say yung inopen ko nung that day, January. February 3 to March, open pa. 4 or 5 days later, inopen ko, ang nakalagay sa ibabaw, no date available. So, 0. So, tumawag ko kay Joel. Sabi ko, Joel, bakit none? Sabi niya, kasi we're not opening up April and we're waiting kung okay na yung e-payment para dun sa 10-year. But kung hindi mangyari, we'll open up in a few days. No? So, that's an example why, but I did tell him, but kasi pag no date available, akala nila the whole year na or whatever na or etc. No? But even if red na lahat ang January, February, March, we continue to look at it, then reopen. So what we're going to try to do is that when you open your cell, parating may date kahit matagal pa. Now, if it's too long for you and you have a legitimate reason, just go to our offices and we'll work it out. Once our call center is up, we'll use that para hindi, but then again, kailangan natin bantayan kasi ayaw natin gamitin yung call center as fixers. Kasi pwede rin gamitin as fixers eh. So, halimbawa, you have the call center para kung namatayan ka, pwede yung tawag, tapos singit ka sa appointment. Tapos hindi naman pala namatayan, pagdating doon, kasi namatayan ka abroad, alangan naman i-fax pa sa'yo. Well, pwede i-picture yung death certificate, pero pwede rin pekein yun eh. So it's really more complicated than it sounds, no? But ang focus namin ngayon is to double our capacity. So kung 3 months ang waiting, but we double our capacity, then you go down to 6 weeks.
Sir, last question.
Yes, please.
A lot of people may not know that one of the biggest problems that confronted DFA was when the transition happened. The transition meaning the production changed. Then came APO. The question now is, are you conducting an audit, performance audit of APO? Are they compliant with all the volumes of passport printing? And, of course, the legality of the contract with the DFA.
Let it make it clear kasi dalawa tanong mo. Legal, so legal audit and performance audit. Straight answer, sir. Performance audit, yes. Legal audit, no. Because when I got in, it was already with Malacanang, with the Office of the Executive Secretary. So I did not ask to get it back. So sila ang gumagawa ng legal audit. Performance audit, yes. And that's why we demanded, even if wala sa kontrata, more machines, yung truck wala sa kontrata yan. But we simply told them, I cannot work with you. Let me be very frank. Ang instruction ni Presidente, serve the people, don't blame anyone. Don't blame the past administration, don't blame ganito. Diba? Narinig nyo naman sona niya eh. Sabi niya, wag mag-finger point. So I'm just showing you the history. So given that, ang usapan namin lang nung APO, we'll tell you what we need, we tell you what we can, and then if you can take the extra mile, the extra step, do it. So katulad nung truck, wala sa kontrata nila yon.
But they agreed.
They agreed, but we're interpreting it kasi na duty nyo yan.
But it's not within the contract, right?
That wala yung word na they will provide the truck. Pero tama ka na yung to be able to cope with the volume, inherent sa kontrata yon. That's why this early, sinabi na namin sa kanila na kapag lumaki yung capacity, kailangan yung printer nyo nandito na. Ha? Hindi ako papayag na, alimbawa ngayon, if they're printing 16, 17, 18,000 a day, but they can print 25, they shouldn't wait till umabot ng 24 o 25 a day bago nila sabihin, sir, 3 months bago i-import yung makina. Ha? Dapat ngayon pa lang nag-i-import na kasi alam naman natin na talagang pataas na. And I'm asking them to put a printer, hindi lang sa Batangas, but dito din sa Manila, para yung, baka mabawasan din natin yung days. Kanina nandun kayo lahat, ang isang reklamo nila, masyadong matagal yung 20 days. Metro Manila is 10 days, tapos outside is 20. So, we're trying to deal with that, no? In the future, I have no objection as long as secure that we have print, kasi like, it's now in Batangas. So, for Southern Luzon, walang problema. So, if in the future, maglalagay ng printing machine sa Northern Luzon, sa Central Luzon, Central Visayas, several places in Mindanao, I have no objection to that. But we're talking to them, no?
But it's no longer at the expense of APO.
It should be at their expense.
Kikita pa ba sila with this kind of additional requirements from the DFA?
They make their money per passport. I'm not a businessman. I can't answer for them. But as the head of DFA, ang tingin ko, since you make your money per passport, di ba? And may ano naman sa volume, in fact, ang tingin ko, the earlier they do it, the more money they make because of inflation. Meaning, if you're going to produce 6 million passports, it's cheaper to do it in the first half of this year than next year. Kasi next year, may inflation ka pa eh.
But frankly, sir, is the 10-year passport will be more expensive in the next few months or
No.
what?
Unless,
You will not increase the price.
we will not. Unless we come out, may mga nagsasuggest, doblehin yung page. So, pag doble yung page, at the option of the passport holder yon. So, halimbawa, when I take a plane, mga stewards and stewardess, mga pursers nagtatanong sa akin, Sir, pwede bang ibalik nyo yung araw, may mas makapal? Kasi, ang bilis maubos, nagde-day off at pumipila pa kami to renew. No? And, una, mali pa nga sagot ko nung una, sabi ko, hindi, ayusin namin by mail. But sabi niya, Sir, even renewal sa mail kasi we have to surrender yung luma, hindi kami makakalipad. So, we really have to find a system. But I can tell you, since it's the same passport, iniba lang from 5 to 10. Ang additional lang ng gastos, yung tinta para sa 1. Kasi yung 0 para din 5 yon. We did not allow, walang increase, no? Zero increase for that.
So that's definite because
Yes.
that's a good news to the public.
Yes,
Walang-
yes, yes. To be fair to the congressmen and senators, they also demanded that. They demanded it from us na wag. Thank you very much,
Sir-
everyone. Enjoy your
Sir,
lunch. Oh,
sorry.
go ahead, dear.
Sir Camille from CNN Philippines. Sir, how many slots are you opening, sir? You told us earlier that starting today you're opening up slots. By how many, sir? Kaya-
For the new months, like April, it's 9,000 a day. Then, for each consular office that we open, it'll be about 500 a day. And then, for each truck, it's 500 a day. No, ang capacity. But yung consular offices, may quota na slots, pero yung trucks wala. So, so, halimbawa, next week, we'll also do City of Manila. We'll coordinate with the City of Manila. Sila magpapadala ng tao. For February, March, do we have an estimate? Wala pa. Oh. We'll get you the numbers mamaya. But they're testing it now. They put up, I think, this week. So makikita nyo mismo kung gaano kabilis mapuno. Oo.
Sir, last question. Sir, we put on record Miss Marlene Hante of the Philippine Travel Agencies Association. And she told us na to them, parang ang dating temporary lang daw yung agreement last year that hindi mo nabibigyan ng slots yung travel agencies. Was it really temporary or?
No, they want the slots. Kasi negosyo nila yon eh. At naintindihan ko sila. Di ba? Tama yun eh. How can they sell tickets? How can they sell vacations? How can they push not only going out but coming to the Philippines? Kasi remember, you have 9.5 million passport holders abroad kung wala. But we were telling them, yung pila nung mga tao nyo doon, yung allegations ganito, it just caused us problem. So sabi, pwede ba temporary tanggalin muna? Then let's see if it's working. Eh nakita nyo, wala ngang slots eh. Tignan nyo yung intriga ngayon. So what we're going to counter-offer them is that they can have regional travel fairs, and then we will park the trucks outside the travel fairs. Para yung kanilang mga binebenta ng ticket magkaroon. No. Okay? Ang tanong niya is about the statue that was put up in the city of Manila, no? Wherein we have some diplomatic discussions, no? As you know, I cannot discuss ongoing diplomatic discussions. But this is what I can tell you. One, we're looking at the process. Meaning it could happen to any country or to any of our friends or allies, whether our relationship is very good or not so good. So, we're talking kasi about public space. Pag private space kasi, gawin mo yung gusto mo. Remember nung 2007 ba o 2013 nung tumakbo, 2013, tumakbo kami, yung ibang simbahan naglagay ng team patay, team buhay. But that's their property, so they can do that. Pero pag public property or open spaces, there are a lot of requirements from the National Historical Institute, from the DPWH, from the city, and ganyan. So one thing we're looking at is the process kasi nagkabiglaan noon. Okay. Having said that, there's a interagency, and DFA, of course, will give its input. And the input of the DFA is always based on two things. It's always based, of course, on Filipino interest. But when you say Filipino interest kasi minsan, nagda-diverge. You know, the interest of good relations with a country and saying we're moving forward for some issues that have been semi or have been officially settled but unofficially may dealings pa. But you also have to deal with the feelings of our people regarding certain issues. So that's the context of the DFA's comments pero wala pang final yung interagency. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they were still in a fact-finding. Who put it up? Why did they put it up? Where did they put it up? Who got the permits? Ano tong, etc. Ganyan. But it's the same thing, di ba? If there was, halimbawa, no, if in Mindanao, someone put up a statue of how Luzonians invaded Mindanao during the American time. And it's a statue that does, in fact, represent oppression to our brother Muslims there, but it also creates some friction with the present Christian Muslim. Magkakaroon din kami ng interagency to discuss it. No? Before putting it up in there. You know, I don't think you ever start a discussion with that. So, when sa fact-finding, then depende sa facts yung conclusion. Oo. I mean, if you're objective-based, put it up, take it down, then yan yung umpisa mo, then you fact-find. But in this case, baliktad. Nang doon, may nagtanong, so we're finding out. Then a decision will be made. Unfortunately, if I do that, I'll be going into the details of the discussions, no, and it will really affect certain feelings and relationship. No, I don't think it will be good for. I'm not the head of the interagency, but I can ask. Okay. Let me check the details. But what I can assure Congressman Alejano and the Filipino people, we have the same rules for all the countries. We have to follow the law. Filipino law says that research can be done in the continental shelf and in certain areas, marine areas, for as long as there's a Filipino on board and Filipino scientists. Secondly, for as long as that all findings, data, research is shared. Now, what some of the critics might not know is before Benham Rice was awarded to us officially or recognized as extended continental shelf, marami ng ibang bansa na nag-conclude na ng kanilang research doon. But since it was not yet officially recognized or awarded or whatever that proper term is sa atin, hindi na put sa public eye. So there's nothing suspicious about approval or disapproval of scientific research. Whether they're Americans, Japanese, Chinese, Mongolians, Singaporeans, etc. If they comply, we will approve. If they do not comply, we will not approve. And by the way, it's a matter of course, through the assistant secretary level, it's not a policy decision kasi may batas na eh. Parang lisensya. You have the requirements, go. You don't have it, no go siya. We have always and we will continue to take the proper diplomatic actions. In the layman's term, a protest or note verbal seems the same, but in actual practice, it's all different. And we have agreed with China that we will have bilateral and multilateral venues to talk about this. ASEAN was a venue where much agreements have come about, including the COC. And then we are planning the second bilateral consultative mechanism in February, and this will be one of the topics. So, but let me clarify tinanong ako kasi ni Spokes Harry about yung statement ng DND at statement ng niya. Okay. First of all, talking about inhabited and uninhabited areas are different. Yung uninhabited, ang guidance natin dyan, Section 5 ng DOC, which said that no other actions, including building, to further complicate sa uninhabited. Doon sa inhabited mo na, walang sino mang claimant ang nagsasabing okay na yan. Di ba? But wala rin nagsabing kailangan natin tumigil lahat. No? So there were think tanks coming out with findings. Part of the findings may be factual, but some were speculative. For example, sa speculative, gagamit daw ng nuclear power, and nuclear power daw can be made into nuclear weapons. Our Constitution says, no nuclear weapons within our territory. No, nuclear free tayo sa Pilipinas And we claim that as our territory, hindi lang sovereignty rights. So definitely, anyone putting nuclear weapons, even the Americans, pag may sakay yung barko nila, we will make it known that in accordance with our Constitution, hindi pwede. Okay? But nung tinanong si SND, it was speculative. Sir, what if, what if? Ang sagot din niya, what if? Samantalang si Spokes, ang sagot niya, basta't sa uninhabited, may good faith. Yun yung sinasabi ni Spokes na good faith, yung uninhabited. Yung meron ng habitation or yung meron ng nagbi-build at nagbi-build pa sila, no? The big question for all the claimants is how to roll it back. And it's not just the Chinese that are building. Everyone, halos, is building. And this is being discussed. But may I just reiterate, Willard, the difference is, before, sigawan sa media. Ngayon, may venue kami na pag-usapan kung paano. And so far, no, hindi pa tayo 100%, but we've done much better than the past administration, no, in protecting and stopping from getting more, no, of the areas that should be preserved. We actually had an initial study, but every time the palace or kahit kayo, di ba? Kahit may storya na kayo, pag sinabi ng boss nyo, double check, restudy, you will do it. So we're redoing it. But I had an initial study nung nasa Senate pa ako. I have communicated this to several foreign secretaries around the world. But since Malacanang has asked us to redo it, pakihintayin nyo na lang. But mabilis lang yan. Okay. So, ito yung long and short of it, okay? There's a Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, ang nakalagay doon, you cannot take life arbitrarily. Ang ibig sabihin ng arbitrarily, hindi pwedeng extrajudicial. Hindi pwedeng walang court. So the International Human Rights Declaration, the document I'm talking about, no? Universal Declaration of Human Rights, does not say no death penalty. Okay? In the same manner that the Universal Declaration of Human Rights does not say no abortion. It says that no taking of life, and then it says that life begins upon hindi conception eh. Tayo ang conception. Sila on birth ata eh. No? Let me get the exact si Sarah ang human rights expert natin sa office ko sa Senate din ngayon. But it's something like birth, no? So, there are some countries in the world na may abortion because hindi nila tingin it's from conception. Tayo, both our spiritual belief as Muslims, as Christians, and our constitution, it's from conception. So, pagka nilaglag mo yung bata na, murder yon, di ba? Abortion. So, meron pong mga protocol, may mga agreements internationally. Isa sa tinutulak ng EU, yung no to death penalty. Ngayon, pag pumayag ka doon, may international obligation ka na, not to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights per se, kasi meron ka ng obligation doon sa, sa declaration eh. But the declaration did not say pati judicial. But doon sa document, we did not ratify that document. So, but anyway, as I said, let me make the final conclusion. So that's why the question is, do we have an international obligation or not? So, kumbaga sa kasal, di ba, nandyan yung pare, ang tinatanong nila, nagkapirmahan ba? O di ba? O nag-yes, I do na ba tayong dalawa? O, so ano to? And kung hindi nag-I do, walang kasal. Kung nag-I do, pwede bang divorce? So, or pwede bang annulment? Yun ang tinatanong ng palasyo sa DFA, sa international side. Yeah. But the DOJ will have to weigh in also. No, I mean, hindi conclusive ang finding ng DFA sa ganyan, but it will be used when we discuss with our other international partners and friends. EU is very important to us. Our traditional allies are very important to us. We have common values. So their concerns are our concerns. But safety of Filipino people comes first. No? So yun po ang balancing act na ginagawa natin. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good weekend.